Well, who knows? Because we're usually shooting. So,
which we actually were.
We were shooting.
Have like an hour break. Yeah. We had the hour break landed right when the show was on. So, yeah. Which for those of you who are on the East Coast here, probably were, you know, had already seen it and we're like, yeah, way to go, guys. A little late to the party. But you know, us West Coasters over there, it takes us a while.
I guess also it would probably would it be easier for you guys if we were able to do it in the future? I guess we'd have to do it on the West Coast. Otherwise, people wouldn't see me go. Yeah. And y'all can always just
watch it again.
Watch it again. Did anybody wait?
Wait and watch it 3 hours later.
Did anybody watch it more than once? What'd y'all think? Fun? Good?
Amazing.
I was so, now that I can finally freaking talk about it, when we were sitting next to Jeremy Carver at Comic-Con, I was like, is he really not gonna say that I'm gonna have an angel in me? It's so cool. It's like, Carver, say it! He's like, no. And so for like the next couple months, I guess, I was like, dude, like listen, can I say something? He's like, no, we don't wanna. Jeremy, come on, man. It's so fun, and it carries on for a good while.
Who thinks Dean made the right choice? Really?
Who thinks Dean made the wrong choice? Hey!
She'll let him die.
Let him die. Well, very cool. Sorry, I'm just really excited. This is the first time we got to kind of get in touch face-to-face with fans since we've seen the premiere. So, anybody want to say anything or know anything, ask any questions while you got us? Yes?
I was just wondering how much creative control you guys have in the show that you've been in so long.
That's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question.
Fast.
Yeah.
I would say story-wise, not much. They generally break stories far more in advance than we see.
And the most obvious way you can tell that is that we're not hunting demons in Maui.
Obviously. Yeah, because I think, we're shooting episode 9 right now. They're probably working on episode like 13 or 14. So they're so far ahead of us that we can't really say, hey, let's steer this boat this way. But that said, we do kind of create and control what happens while we're shooting. So if, say, we get a guest director who comes on and he has ideas and they're just maybe not the continuity with the show, then he and I will step in and be like, listen, it's probably better and a little bit more supernatural if we do it this way. And so I would say we're more quality control than creative control.
Yeah, and once it gets into our hands, I mean, I've noticed, me especially, I've noticed with me because I've noticed what I do. But I feel like I've grown really, I said me especially, I said he's not also, but I've grown really protective of my character and of the show. Like I think for the first couple seasons I was like, I'm an actor, I'm a talking monkey, like give me some words and I'll say it. And now I really care about Sam, I really do. And I really care about Supernatural, I care about you guys. And so I want to protect me, and I want to protect the show for y'all, and for me, and for him. Like, so it's no longer for me just like, oh, I get my lines, and I'm just going to do my thing. Like, I really want, and there are some parts where there'll be some wordings or some changes that I really feel like I want to make my own, And so, at this point in time, I think Jensen and I have established with the writers and the producers and directors that if we make a change, it's not a selfish. It's not selfish. It's not like, listen, I think it'd be cool, like if I had a cigarette. We're like, listen, I think Sam, I really want to focus on Sam's this or help Dean do that. And so they come to it. One more, then we, yeah.
Like the little things where there was a scene where he's watching television and it's like right back, My Bloody Valentine, and you almost described My Bloody Valentine. Like who throws that stuff in? Those
are writers. Yeah, they you lock those people in a room for long enough. Lock
the door.
Yeah, they throw little quips in like that every now and again. And sometimes we'll throw them in if it's an obvious, you know, or maybe it's just an ad lib and they actually left it in. It was never supposed to be in. You know, after 180 some episodes, you slip a few in there, it makes it to the final cut.
Yeah, thank you. Yes,
Do you ever shoot on location or is it always in the studio?
most
About half and half.
Yeah, half and half. It used to be 6 out, 2 in.
Yeah, it was predominantly location, I would say, for the first 5-6 years.
I think specifically, in fact, our show, from everything I've heard, shot more on location compared to studio than any other show.
Always in Canada or everything?
Always in Vancouver, in and around Vancouver. Yeah.
We might shoot, when they do the spin-off, we might be able to shoot somewhere else, but it all depends, I guess.
Well,
it becomes complicated because I think the way the visa situation, it's all numbers now, but the way the situations work, like our crew can't necessarily all go and shoot for a day. The funniest thing is that we shot an episode that took place on the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank. That's where I shot Gilmore Girls for 5 years. Which I was watching yesterday on the treadmill. And this guy kind of looked really funny, because it was one of the episodes with like Dean, where I think before I ever had a facial hair, and some guy got on the treadmill next to me and kind of goes like this. He walked away. It was like, my reaction, that was me. It might have been. Oh, but we didn't even shoot the stuff that took place on the Warner Brothers lot. We didn't even go to Los Angeles to shoot that. We shot it at a studio. Not even our studio in Vancouver. Yeah, so we went to our location, but we didn't even go. It's like, guys, we could go back to LA for a couple days and shoot, but just the way it works out.
they recently took a small splinter unit, just a small crew, and went out to Kelowna, which is. Take it easy. And they shot just a bunch of exterior shots, and they also took the car, or one of the cars, and they shot barreling down the highway with a much different backdrop than we usually see the car, because in Vancouver it's really just either city or trees. So they got more of a desert look in the background, and it was something changed up. But we couldn't go because we were filming, and then it would have been too difficult for us to get all the way over there. So they sent a little crew over there to get a bunch of like establishing shots. Yeah. So when you see those peppered into the show, it's us. It's not, we're not using stock footage. But
I just want to thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you all. Yes, in the front.
I just want to say it's our first convention.
Welcome.
We're here all the way from out east, from way out to Newfoundland.
Oh, from Out East. That's my Canadian joke.
I've got to embarrass myself a little bit. Actually, it's his birthday tomorrow. He'll be 18.
Nice. Happy birthday. 18. Is 18 the special age here?
19.
That's when you get to have.
19.
You got one more year, kid.
One more year. But I was walking around downtown yesterday, and I'm certain I saw a place where you can get a fake ID. Actually, Sam and Dean have a few. We can just take one. Hey, happy birthday.
No, I just wanted to say that actually, I didn't tell him I was going to do this morning, so he'll probably kill me after this. But he's always wanted to be an actor right from the time he knew what acting was. So I was just wondering, if you got any advice from to get into the business. We're way out east, so we don't have the opportunity that you guys kind of have in Vancouver. It's not.
That's probably the biggest thing, is just simply the opportunity. I mean, he and I both grew up in Texas, and it took us going to California to really get an opportunity. It's unless a film production comes to your hometown and starts looking for local hires, chances are it's going to be very difficult to break into the industry. That said, that doesn't, that's if you want to be in film and television. If you want to act, and there's probably local theater in your community, productions like that. I did some of that when I was growing up, and you can really kind of, cut your teeth doing that, which is great. If you still find that you really love it and you want more, then that's maybe what you talk about, going to a place that gives you that kind of opportunity.
Yeah, I work really hard at acting. I mean, for lack of a better word, in people have asked me specifically sometimes, like, how do you work on, like, what do you do? Do I just like sit in the mirror and talk? My best advice is never look into a mirror, to act, and read everything you get your hands on. I love stories about, I love like nonfiction books and stories about human struggle. And that's kind of what the reason I act. We were just talking about a book called Abrupt the other day. And just telling us and reading a story or hearing a story, that's